back to the same thing again. Um, Harkodos is saying that he's got a bug, and I think that's, that I've already fixed that. That'll be fixed in the next version. There was something about some unit that, one of his units that got converted by a mine gas, by a Deviator's mine gas rocket, didn't deselect properly. So yeah, so that's been fixed. That was easy to fix. It was just a stupid bug. But so now there's an MCV that's just sitting there. It's been produced. It's not going anywhere. It's a good idea right now because of worm sign. So nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with keeping that from moving. On the other hand, the Raffy, his economy is going crazy. Boy, he's pulling in an awful lot of money, and look at this force that he's got. He's got and he's going to start. All right, this is going to give me a little a little nerdgasm here, as they say. When I saw that he was starting to line up all of his units to try and make some kind of a perfect formation move, I just thought that was so cool. All right, here's Harkodos spamming more cues straight out onto the sand, and there's no way in hell, or heck rather, there's no way that he's going to be able to produce that many tanks that fast. They're going to be building for a while, so no doubt you're going to have at least one more worm sign here, and he's going to lose a bunch of them. He's not going to be able to pay that much attention to them to keep them from being eaten. So basically, he's Harkodos is definitely fighting a bit of a losing battle here, while the Raffy is creating a very, very pretty and very specifically constructed battle line here. When he actually does move them out, of course, they're not going to move perfectly in unison. They're not going to look half so. Oh, here comes a mercenary attack from the back from the Raffy. He had a little bit extra money. He spent, looks like, probably about 4,000 credits on a couple of heavy merc attacks, and Harkodos made the mistake of deploying his base right next to the edge. And I'm sorry, but I love seeing this. I love seeing it. I mean, now you can see that as soon as they get into combat, those merc units are not lasting long. The front 3 siege tanks, they're gone. They don't want any part of the fight. There go the other 2. As soon as they take 50% damage, they retreat. So nobody can convince me that mercs are overpowered, because they're just not. But what they are is very useful when an enemy thinks that, an enemy makes the mistake of thinking that they're protected somehow by being against the edge of the map. And that's why mercs behave the way they do, because I can't stand players thinking that that it's like a free wall that you don't have to defend when you set up your base right next to the edge of the map. So keep it in mind. If you set up next to the edge of the map, you are going to get a merc assault, and it's gonna go right up your dune spice blow hole thingy. So it's gonna be bad. Insert whatever dune phrase you want in there. I don't know, something about Shai Hulud. Just make it up as you please, and replace my pathetic attempt with that. So here comes the line. Let's see what I'm saying here in chat. Oh yeah, just still talking about the bug. No big deal. So the Raffy is getting ready for his final assault. There's a little bit of combat going on in the front of Harkodos' base, which I'm just now getting to. Okay, it was a tank, looked like maybe a drop or something, or a little scout. Somehow that guy got out there. And because these are ground units, these siege tanks were hitting Harkodos' own building if the building was in between the other units. They're pretty intelligent about their target selection, but they're not miraculously intelligent, and they don't shoot through obstacles like that. So a building will definitely get in the way. If he had a turret, a cannon turret, those are high enough; they can shoot over other buildings, but individual units don't. So that might have been how the Raffy got him. The Raffy might have even gotten him to destroy his own heavy vehicle factory there, just by placing one unit in the middle and letting them all open fire on him and just causing massive collateral damage. So hey, that's the rules of the game. So if I expect Raffy to be able to exploit it if there is some way to do it. So Harkodos not looking too good. The Raffy is looking pretty good. Any minute now, he's going to move out that entire force. He just said after the worm sign he's going to attack. So this is basically, we're all just sticking around to see the the prettiness of this assault. He is going to try and put all those guys in formation move so that they all move at the same speed and try to, when they're in formation move, they automatically pick a target that's proportionately distant away from the target, from the actual place where you select to attack, so that when they arrive, they do try to maintain that formation. But there's going to be confusion with that because TheRaffy, when he tells all these guys to move, the guys in the middle are going to be stuck waiting for the other guys to move out of the way. So there's going to be chaos, and they're probably not going to all arrive at the same time or in the right fashion. So, you can pretty much guarantee that this formation, this beautiful line he's got, is not going to look quite so pretty when it reaches. But it definitely will almost entirely reach the enemy at the same time. So we shall see once he gets started. Yeah, so that was a sandstorm that just passed, and that was one of the first ones we might have seen in this game. Some games are rare, some games are frequent. You just have to be ready to do more scouting if necessary. You never know when they're going to hit. So such is the nature of Dune. Here comes a massive rollout of siege tanks by Harkodos. And normally, having 20 siege tanks is a pretty strong force. So, you think Harkodos would be okay. But this is a lot here. So here's where you can see TheRaffy has told his guys to move. And, the quads are looking beautiful. They're staying in sync, in unison. But the rest of the units, they just started peeling out, trying to find another way to get through. It just wasn't working out for them. So they had to reposition a little bit. Now you can see the entire force is on the roll, and they're gonna have to, some of them are gonna have to stop and take a shot at this harvester there, because he probably just told them to attack move. He probably didn't actually give them move orders. So they are en route, and let's see if that carryall is just gonna pay no attention whatsoever to that entire army of enemy troops marching toward the carryalls. He's just gonna drop this guy off. I'm just gonna go back to base now. Yeah. So carryall went away, abandoned the hell out of these two guys. Forget them. Got better places to be. Might try to save this guy, and I don't see any flak strikes actually anywhere in that mess. So incidentally, I guess if Harkodos had spent a lot of money on ornithopters, he might be able to actually do a lot of damage to TheRaffy's army at the moment, but not gonna matter a whole lot. It would take an awful lot of ornithopters to shoot down this army. So here we go. Here comes some combat. Here comes 4 quads who decided they wanted to die early, so they have run in without support and gotten shot and depowered by deviators and just blown up in general. Here come these siege tanks on the way. They managed to plow through a few units. Look, he might also be doing formation move. I can't tell if Harkodos is also doing it. But TheRaffy said, you killed my one trooper at the front of my force. He had a family. So that was funny. So here comes the brunt of the attack. Oh, there's one siege tank already being converted by a deviator. Got turned into an Ordos unit, and there probably will be at least one more after this fight is done. Some guys getting depowered, some guys getting told to move randomly. Deviator, if it has support like this, it's very, very, very effective. There's another 2 guys getting converted. Another guy getting converted. So the deviators, he's got a lot of deviators in there. I'm not quite sure exactly how many deviators and how many missile launchers he has, but I see a lot of green mine gas going down. And here comes. Okay, all the rest of the money from TheRaffy has been spent on merc attacks, who are basically all going to destroy. They're going to try and destroy his own army because mercs do not care who they're fighting. They just, here's me asking who ordered the mercs, and I believe it did turn out to be Raffy. All right, my phone is ringing. Hold on, leave me alone. I am busy at the moment. So yeah, this is TheRaffy just screwing around at this point. He just, built a bunch of mercs and just said, "Hey, fight me!" So there's no point in doing that. That's almost hot dogging it, but doesn't matter. It's all in good fun. So anyway, that was a fun game. Some large scale combat, always good to see. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, this is Jesse for Dune 2: The Golden Path. Thanks, and talk to you again.